What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Stauffer Garage. I have been busy in the garage for like the last hour trying to get some painting done on my winter tires, which are just the factory Steelies, but they have better tires than the GSR rims that came off the donor car. Those tires were dry rotted, and honestly, it was raining the other day and I was driving around an on-ramp and it was sketchy. It like literally scared me to death, to be honest. So I definitely need to swap these on, and they're better in the snow. They're the 14-inch. They're like, they're Kumho Sense tires. I think these tires, when I bought them, were like 50 bucks a piece. They're like dirt cheap, but they actually worked really well in the rain and the snow. They're actually really predictable when they start letting go, and it's kind of nice. So the rims themselves needed to be painted, so I painted them like this hammered metal black, which was better than what was on there before. And then I've never done this before, and I figured, why not? So I went ahead and painted the Kumho on them on the front wheels. I might leave the rear ones off and not paint those and just leave them as they are, but I figured, why not give it a shot? It'd just be something stupid funny. It's winter time. It's probably gonna come off the first time it snows, but you know what? Shits and gigs, why not? So these are painted. I need to swap it right now. I need to open the garage and get outside. It's snowing, it's cold out. It'll be interesting. But I'm trying to get these all ready to go so that way I can just run out there real quick, swap them, and then bring those back in. Guys, there's no way a time lapse is gonna happen on that one because it is freezing out. Don't know how well you guys can see that. They don't look too bad. Can't see the back, but at least they're painted. They look better than they did. Since I didn't get a ton of footage today for you, I'm gonna make it up for you by showing you guys my old car, which was a 2011 Subaru STI. Let's roll some of that footage, make it up for you, and I'll kind of show you what that thing was all about. This is the first time I've actually driven the swap Civic in the snow, and I will say, no traction, and that's just because I want to see if it spins, but it literally just doesn't matter. It drives the same as the Civic did before, but with more power. It's just like with any car that has more power, you gotta be more modulating.
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
I think what I want to start doing is adding into my video updates on the Civic hatch and any other car updates I do, kind of these car talks that I can do in the car. I want to start featuring some of your guys' builds. So I want, it'd be really cool if you guys could submit pictures of your build, your name or your username, what you've done to your car, and just like a quick little synopsis of it, and feature your guys' car on this channel. If you guys want to, go ahead and email me about your car, thestauffergarage@gmail.com. I'll put it right here in the bottom below if I got that wrong. Emailing me your guys' car, tell me what your name is, and I'll feature you guys, and I'll pick a couple to feature on my next video. So quick update on the Civic, and anybody that has a Civic EK knows that there's a few spots that actually have an issue that Honda knew about when it came to leaks. And there's actually a recall on it where there's a seam weld on the frame in the front left by the driver's side that actually causes water to leak into the chassis and into the body and into your carpet right underneath your feet on the driver's side. And I've never been able to figure out exactly where it is, but because it's been so cold here in Ohio, I actually had ice puddle in my... This thing is actually frozen the floor a little bit, but you can see there's this line of ice, and then it follows up the hinge, and I don't know if you can see that, but that's ice right there. And it goes up, and it's literally right behind the fender. And you can actually see where it's puddled a little bit underneath there too, but I always wasn't sure if it was coming actually from my pillar and leaking up here in the roof and coming down, but it looks like it's not. I mean, literally my hood latch had water and an icicle on it earlier, so yeah, that's not cool. I got to get the Integra out so I can start parking my car in the garage is really the most viable solution. And then that way I can pull the fender off and try to figure it out. But for right now, the Civic is running well, and I appreciate everyone's comments in the last video about what project I should do next. You know, I've been throwing around the idea of going to a 240 and doing an LS swap, or anything like a Subaru 2.5 RS with an STI swap, or keeping this and turbocharging it, which was my original plan for this channel. And you know, with any car guy, I feel like we all have the same issue where we throw around a bunch of ideas and we go back and forth between which one, or it's just an engineer thing, because as an engineer, I feel like I try to weigh out what is best and try to like do some analytical analysis to it, which is weird if you want to call it that, but in reality, it's trying to figure out what is the best solution for myself, you guys, whatever. So I'm going to turbocharge it, and I'm not going to go crazy. I'm going to keep the engine stock. I'm going to replace the clutch at least, but get like a GT28 RS or, you know, a smaller size turbo that can push 300 wheel horsepower, nothing crazy. But if you think about this, it's 140 wheel, 150 wheel right now with just a stock B18C. You throw 300 wheel horsepower and you more than double the power, it's still gonna be pretty freaking quick. So that's my plan. I've been looking at the Go AutoWorks kits. I think it's probably one of the best ones to go with. Should probably start this warming up. The Go AutoWorks kit, simple. It's a simple cast manifold I might go with, or might go with one of their log tubular type manifolds. Just something simple, nothing crazy expensive. A standard GT ball bearing turbo from Garrett. Just keep it simple, but 300 wheel horsepower, S3 Honda system. I would love their traction control setup, which would be really cool. I can pull the ABS sensors off of the Integra and throw them on here, and my wife is calling me. I will talk to you guys in a minute. So enough rambling about my plans for this car. I have to go run a few errands, and I figured, let's go for a little drive. The audio clips I've gotten so far haven't been 100% perfect. And I know the first ones I didn't even have VTEC kicking in because the thermostat was completely gone to crap. So with that replaced, get this car warmed up, maybe I can do a couple pulls for you guys and get some clips for you. Some of you guys have been wondering what it sounds like with the Yanaka system, and I'm talking in about a normal level voice that I would talk in right now. At cruising, this is cruising at 75 miles an hour, about 3,900, 3,800 RPM. It's not too bad. It's a little bit drony. It's not really drony, it's just you can hear it. I think it's just a loud system. It has a smaller resonator with a muffler, and it's a straight through 2.5 inch system. It's kind of inevitable. You know, if I hit it, I'm gonna stomp on it. This is in 5th gear. It's not too bad. I don't know how well you guys can pick up on that sound or not, but it's really not super drony. Overall, I'm satisfied with the Yanaka system. I do believe the rattle that I have is not the exhaust actually contacting anything on the frame or anything from what I've seen, because I've actually gone underneath there and shaked it and I can't hear anything. I was looking on Honda Tech, and somebody had commented that their Yanaka system, actually the internal resonator, the resonator itself, the actual internal baffling, because the resonator in the middle has a tube that's perforated with a bunch of holes cut through it. That actually came loose and was what was shaking. About 3,000 RPMs, it's like the right frequency to cause it to shake, I think. So I need to at least take the pipe off, stick something through there to see if I can get it to wiggle around and see if it shakes and clings. A full-term, long-term solution would be probably get rid of the Yanaka, switch to like a thermal R&D 3-inch, a custom 3-inch exhaust, which is probably what I'll do, or just cut out this resonator and put in a new resonator itself. So with the plan to go turbo in the future and only doing 300 wheel horsepower with like a small GT28 size system, I could probably get away with a 2.5 inch.